Guys, we have never been closer than we are right now to the 2025 NFL season. And I can just say it's been worth the wait. I cannot wait to get this thing kicked off. I love the fact that we're getting it kicked off on Sunday Night Football. It's going to be an absolute blast. Right now, the Buffalo Bills open up as 1.5 favorites. I like the Ravens plus 1.5. I'll just tell you that. And if you want the Ravens to beat the Bills, do me one big favor. Like today's video, don't jinx it, okay? I'm a very, very superstitious guy. And so I want this to happen. I need this to happen. I need you guys to help me out to make sure that it does happen. If you want to make sure it happens, do me one big favor. Hit that thumbs up button and like today's video. All righty, the starters for Week 1 against Buffalo, they go as follows. We're going to start where we always will, at the quarterback position with Lamar Jackson. This one's going to be no surprise. He's going to be the starter until he is old, gray, and cannot run or throw a football anymore. I am so excited to watch him play football again. That's easily the best part of my job, is getting to watch him throw a football. Last year, he had his best year yet. So I'm very, very hopeful for what this year has to come. Now, I'm not saying I expect him to have better statistics, because let's be real. It's going to be hard to have better statistics than he had last season. He was the first QB ever to throw for 4,000 yards and rush for 900 or more yards. He had career highs in yards, touchdowns, yards per attempt, and passer rating, career low in interceptions at 4, and a 12-5 record that led to an AFC North championship, okay? Lamar Jackson was that dude last year, and I think that's going to continue. I like him being that dude again this next year. Of course, he's the QB1 and the leader of this team. In the running back position, Derrick Henry is your starter and will be your starter as long as he can stay healthy. Guys, I know everybody's kind of just expecting Derrick Henry at some point to take a step back. And the reason they're expecting that is because there aren't many running backs who have had quite the wear and tear on their bodies as Derrick Henry has. I mean, just look at his career stats. 2,355 carries, 11,000 yards. 4.9 yards a carry, 106 touchdowns. This guy's touched the football almost more than anybody in the last 136 games, in the last 8 seasons, okay? But the thing about the King is, he still got it in the tank. I truly believe that. Like, everybody expected him to slow down last year, and he didn't. Why are we still expecting him to slow down again this year? If you think about the carries that he's gotten, high school, college, and the National Football League, like, why are we expecting this guy to ever take a step back? That might not be realistic, but it's how I feel, because this guy might just be wired to go until he's like 35, 40 years old. He's just that special. Throw a number at me. How many touchdowns do you think Henry scores in 2025? Last year, I think I remember it was 17, if I remember correctly. How many do you think he scores again this year? You let me know in the comment section down below. At the tight end 1 spot, your starter is going to be Mark Andrews. I love Mark Andrews, right? I know that last season ended on a sour note, but I think even if Isaiah Likely was healthy, Mark Andrews might still be the tight end 1 on this roster. Like, Likely is going to have to take it from him. They're not just going to give that up to him. Sure, he's going to have that opportunity. And he's a hell of a player. But guess what? So was Mark Andrews. And I know it didn't feel like that at the end of the season against Buffalo. But like, when you look at these two numbers side by side for the whole year, it really heavily favors Mark. And every single statistic, more receptions, more yards, a higher average, more touchdowns, more 20-plus yard plays. And a lot of people, they're writing off Mark Andrews. I'm not one of those people. Now, I know you're probably freaking out because I've talked about trading Mark Andrews. And I don't think that would be a stupid decision just because he's getting older and you already have Likely, and I really, really like Likely. But that doesn't mean that I don't believe that Mark Andrews is going to have a phenomenal year and that he can have a phenomenal year, because I think he still has all the tools to be great. Speaking about a guy who has all the tools to be great, that's where we take it to our wide receiver 1, We got to talk about Zay Flowers at that one spot. Rashod Bateman is your wide receiver 2. And the newly acquired DeAndre Hopkins is your wide receiver 3. These 3 guys I've got a lot of excitement about. These 3 guys I've got a lot of faith in. Like, I think it's Lamar Jackson's best receiver core in his career, and it's not even close. I love how each of those guys brings you something different, okay? DeAndre Hopkins brings Lamar Jackson that jump ball, like goal line receiver that he's never had in his career. Rashod Bateman, he gives Lamar Jackson that deep ball guy that he really hasn't had in his career. And Zay Flowers is your every down, every target, get it to that guy in space because he can make the most out of it. And speaking of Zay, did you know that when faced against the blitz last year, Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers connected for 528 yards, which was the second highest of any QB and wide receiver duo across the National Football League. Those 2 guys are special. Their connection is special, and it's only growing. Everybody says you take your biggest jump in the National Football League from year 2 to year 3, and I expect that to be the case this year for Zay Flowers. The Week 1 starters for your offensive line: Ronnie Stanley, Andrew Vorhees, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Faalele, and Roger Rosengarten. That's how it reads from left tackle all the way down to right tackle. And I like a lot of those guys. I don't love all of them. Like, I'm kind of just looking at that group, and I'm saying with my hands folded, please don't let us down, Daniel Faalele. He's shown some good in his career, and he's shown some bad. In the preseason, he showed some good. In the preseason, he showed some bad as well, okay? I like some things about him. I don't like a lot of things about him. And he's going to have to prove to me, and he's going to have to convince me that my faith in him should be unwavering. So far, he hasn't done that, and I think easily he's the weakest link in this offensive line. Grade the O-line for me, though, in the comment section down below. A, B, C, D, or F. How do you feel about that group? Let me know in the comment section down below. I don't care how you feel about that group because I really just care about how you feel about this awesome deal that's going on right now. If you go to chatsports.com/whitepolo, the link is in the comment section and description of today's video, so I made it super easy for you. This white polo, it was $50. Now it is just $29. Chatsports.com/whitepolo, that's where you got to go. I don't know where else you're going to find a collared shirt for just $30. Less than $30, okay? This is a wonderful deal, and it's a deal you need to take advantage of as quickly as you can. Again, chatsports.com/whitepolo. I put that link in the comments and description of today's video. If you click that link, you'll be able to take advantage of this deal. Get you this sweet white polo with the old Ravens logo on it for just $29. The deal's not going to last long, though. It was $50. It's $21 off. It's going to be back up to $50 very soon if you don't act right now. To the defensive side of the ball we go. Your Week 1 starters on the D-line: Odafe Oweh, Nnamdi Madubuike, Travis Jones, and Kyle Van Noy. This looks pretty much identical to what it was last year, except you just have a lot more depth at the edge rusher positions. And that's why I can't wait to see Tavius and Mike Green. Now, I say Tavius because we discussed this on Wednesday. He was listed on the depth chart as an or. It was starter, Odafe Oweh, or Tavius Robinson. That surprised a lot of people, myself included. It seems like he's taken a big jump up. And, of course, Mike Green is the rookie I've been talking about and excited about since before the draft. This is one of my favorite prospects for the entirety of it, okay? The interior needs a little more depth. I need to be a little bit more confident about the guys on the interior of that defensive line. I love Anais Peebles. John Jenkins, I think, is fine. But outside of that, I don't love too much. Now, the edge room, I'll be honest with you, they've got depth to spare. They've got a ton of good guys that have played a ton of good football. The Week 1 starters in your linebacker group: Roquan Smith and Trenton Simpson, okay? Trenton Simpson, he's going to have to show me some things, okay? He's going to have to, I'm going to make him earn my trust and earn my confidence. He's got a lot to prove. We all know how excited everybody was about him last year, especially after the preseason. Played really, really good preseason games in 2024. Didn't play bad in the first couple games of the year as well. Kept the starting nod for a while. And then out of nowhere, around week 14, 15, you just didn't see Trenton Simpson anymore. Just wasn't on the field. 0 snaps in week 15. 6 snaps in week 16. 4 snaps in week 17. And then the playoffs, they didn't play him once. 0 snaps in both games. That happened for a reason. I don't want that to happen again. I don't think it'll happen again, but he's going to need to earn my trust. He's got a lot to show me. And, of course, his running partner, Roquan Smith, he's Roquan Smith. So he doesn't have to prove quite as much as Trenton Simpson does. Do you think Trenton Simpson ends the season as the starter? Give me a yes or give me a no in the comment section down below. I kind of feel like he will, but with Jake Hummel, Teddy Buchanan, Jay Higgins all behind him in that linebacker room, there's going to be some stiff competition. Speaking of stiff competition, this defensive back room is a really, really stiff group. Nate Wiggins, Chidobe Awuzie, I have right now as the starter. The current recording of this video, it's not official yet whether Jair Alexander will start or not. I lean towards not. So Chidobe is in my starting room. Marlon Humphrey at the nickelback spot, Malaki Starks at free safety, and Kyle Hamilton at strong safety. This group is elite. And when Jair Alexander gets back and he's fully healthy, they turn even more elite. But that's the thing, is like I would be shocked if Jair starts. Just because of the fact that he's just now getting on the practice field again, just now kind of working his way back, and the fact that he's struggled with injuries through the entirety of his career, I don't think they're going to rush him anytime soon to be ready to go for this season. But even if it is Chidobe, Nate, Marlon, Malaki, and Kyle, that's a group that I can rock with. That's going to be it for today's show. Speaking of rocking with people, make sure you guys are rocking with me on social media. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at JoeyPeterson8, both platforms, okay? I'll also put the links in the comment section and description of today's video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, okay? Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and we'll see you next time.